Okay, class, today is Thursday, September 17th, and we will demonstrate solving one-step, two-step, and multi-step inequalities using a formative worksheet. So, what I have on the board right now is your formative worksheet. I'm going to go through and work through those example problems, and then you will have to do the other 10. All right? So, let's pick it up. So, example problem number 1. Negative 3x minus 1 minus 2x is less than 6. Now, don't forget, we're using the same steps to solve for inequalities. Okay? We need to distribute if we need to. Then we need to combine like terms. Then we need to get the variable. To one side of the symbol. Remember, this right here is our symbol. And then finally is going to be to solve with reverse PEMDAS. All right, so those are our 4 steps, okay? So let's start off with number 1. Distribute. Can we distribute here? Yes, I have a set of parentheses and I need to get rid of that. So I have negative parentheses 3x minus 1. If you ever have a negative on the outside of the parentheses, all you need to do is flip each sign that you have on the inside, okay? So my 3x was positive, now it's negative. My negative 1 was positive, or negative, now it is positive. And then we need to write the rest of the inequality. So there is step 1. Step 2, you need to combine like terms. So, on this left side of my symbol, do I have multiple terms with an x in its variable? Yes, I have one right here and one right here. I need to combine or add them together. Negative 3x plus negative 2x is going to give me, still have an x, negative 3 plus negative 2. A negative plus a negative is just going to make the negative bigger. So that's going to give me negative 5x. All right, so my answer is going to be, or my simplified inequality will be negative 5x. I still have this plus 1, so we need to write plus 1 less than 6. All right, so we do the combined like terms. Get the variable to one side. My x is already on the left side of my symbol. Now I need to solve. Reverse PEMDAS. That means we need to start off by getting rid of an addition or subtraction. Right here, I have a plus 1. To get rid of addition, I need to subtract. So I need to subtract 1 right here. That will give me just 5x by itself, negative 5x. Now, what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I'm going to take my 6 and I'm going to subtract 1 from it. 6 minus 1 is going to give me 5. Let me write that a little better. So now I have, let's rewrite our symbol. So now I have negative 5x less than 5. My last step, I need to either multiply or divide. I have negative 5 times x. That means I need to divide by 5. Not just 5, but negative 5 to both sides. Now, remember, flip the symbol when multiplying or dividing by a negative number. Right here, I am dividing, let's write that a little more space. I have negative 5x less than 5. Divide by negative 5, divide by negative 5. All right? Negative 5x divided by 5 is going to give me x by itself. Okay, and then 5 divided by 5 is going to give me 1 I have a positive 5 and a negative 5. A positive and a negative will get my answer to be negative. Now, my sign before was opening up to the right. Now, since I divided by a negative number, I need to flip it the other direction. And then that will be your final answer. All right? Let's move on to the second example. Negative x over 4 plus 3 is greater than or equal to 9. Okay? Do we need to distribute? No. I don't see any parentheses. Do I need to combine like terms? No. It is simplified as far as it can go. Do I need to get the variable to one side? It's already there. It's right here at this x over 4. Now I need to solve, which is just PEMDAS, but in reverse order. Okay? So my first step I need to do is get rid of an addition or subtraction. What is adding or subtracting to my x? 3. So I need to get rid of this 3 by subtracting 3, not just from one side, but from the other. Okay, that'll give me x over 4 is greater than or equal to, or negative x over 4, greater than or equal to 9 minus 3 is 6. Okay? Now, I need to move on. I need to either multiply or divide something to get my x by itself. What number will that be? It's going to be 4. But not just 4, it's going to be negative 4. And what's that negative 4 doing? When I have a variable on the top, that means this number below is dividing it. So if I'm dividing by negative 4, to get rid of that, I need to multiply by negative 4 to both sides. All right, so that means that will give me my x by itself. 6 times 4 is 24. But I have one positive number and one negative. That means it will be negative 24. Now, at this time I multiplied by a negative number. What do I need to do to my sign? I need to flip it. So take the sign and just flip the directions. Okay? And then that is your answer. X is less than or equal to negative 24. All right, last one. Okay? Can I distribute? No. Step 1, done. Is this inequality in the simplest terms? Yep, we're done. Move on. Is the variable on one side of the symbol? Yes, it is right here, strictly on the right side now. So step 3, done. All we have to do is solve in PEMDAS, but in reverse order. Okay? So I need to first get rid of an addition or a subtraction. Right here I have negative 4x plus 3. I need to get rid of plus 3, and to do that I need to subtract 3 from both sides. Negative 13 minus 3 is going to give me negative 16 greater than negative 4x. All right? So now, what I need to do is I need to either multiply or divide to get rid of my coefficient of x. Coefficient just means the number in front, or like we did over here, the number below. So, I need to get rid of 4. Not just 4, but negative 4. This negative 4 is multiplying by x. Alright, so I need to divide by negative 4, not just from one side, but from both. This will give me x by itself. What's 16 divided by 4? 4. I have two negative numbers. That means my final answer is going to be positive. So, I'm good. Now my sign was facing towards the left. Since I divided by a negative number, I need to switch it. Okay? And then that will be my final answer. All right, that's the big thing when we're talking about inequalities. That's the big difference. And I want you guys to remember that. The difference between an inequality and an equation is when I divide or multiply by a negative number, my sign is going to flip. Right there. That's the important piece of information, okay? If you guys have questions, please drop by my office hours. I post them on Google Classroom every day, 3 to 4:30. If you have questions, please stop by and ask them.